Good morning, everybody. This is an exciting moment for me because I'm actually on here doing a live, and it's been, over a month, I think, since I've been able to do one. Life has been crazy. We are on a major adventure and journey and trying to get our new lives going. And it's a lot of work. But we're making it and we're having a lot of fun while doing it. It's all about enjoying life and laughing and doing what you can when you can, even in the midst of problems. Like right now, I'm sitting in the parking lot of Redstone Arsenal military base while Ed goes in to try to get all of our medicines switched over to the pharmacy on base from the pharmacy in Michigan. And that's going to prove to be a challenge, I'm sure, because everything military is. But we learn from things and we get things done, and thank God we can move on with our lives. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is kind of interesting because I'm using it quite a bit today, right now, with my business, because I'm in a brand new part of the country I've not been in before, other than to visit a couple of times, learning all about all kinds of new things and looking for referrals, looking for places to do business, talking to people about business, all kinds of things. And it's interesting because I can put something up on Facebook and say, hey, can anybody give me a recommendation? And I get tons of people saying, oh, do this, do that. Did it with doctors the other day, looking for a new vet for our cats, got lots of referrals for vets, restaurants, places like that for referrals, and word of mouth is immense. Think about it for a minute. If you are looking for something, what did you used to do? You used to go to the Yellow Pages, right? That shows how old I am. You would go to the Yellow Pages and you would look up restaurants, or you would look up doctors, or whatever it was you were looking for. And, basically you could throw a dart and say, all right, I'm going to start with here, and go from there. But now, with the beauty of social media, you can ask somebody something. The doctor we decided to try, we asked, hey, does anybody know this doctor? What are your thoughts about this doctor? I'm deathly afraid of going to a new doctor. I've been with my doctor for years. They know my aches and pains. They know the medicines I can take and the medicines I can't take. And they've got it all down. So I can just pick up the phone and I could say, hey, this and this and this is going on. What do I do? Well, I'm not going to be able to do that any longer. And I am scared to death about finding a new doctor. I had a terrible experience over a 2-year time with a doctor in Chicago who was supposedly the topmost professional in his field of pain management. And he left me disabled even more than I already was. And I am in constant pain because of some screw-ups that he did. And so I'm petrified of going to a new doctor. But because I was able to put this other doctor's name, out on social media and said, what do you guys think? Is this somebody I should try to get in to see? Waiting lists are months out. So it's not as though we have a real large pick, even though there's hundreds of doctors here. They're all full because this town is just growing by leaps and bounds. So I'm going, all right, I can get in to see this doctor in February. Okay, that means he's pretty busy. What do you all think of him? And I've gotten tons and tons of comments. It's actually a woman. Tons and tons of comments about how good she is and that we would not be disappointed if we were able to get in and see her. Word of mouth advertising. So much better than just shooting the arrow and saying, all right, well, let's start with this one and give it a try. I mean, it may not work out, but we know that a lot of people are happy and satisfied, so it's a good place to start. You need to think about things like that for you and for your business. That's what branding's all about. That's what customer service is all about. Is if somebody puts something up on social media, for instance, and says, I'm looking for someone who can make beautiful handmade crosses. Anybody got any ideas? Somebody can say, oh, go and do a search on Etsy, and you might find something. Somebody else could say, I know so-and-so. They do gorgeous work. I've got 5 of their crosses hanging on my wall right now. Talk to them. What are you going to do? Me? I'm going to talk to the person that's made all the crosses that this other person has hanging on their wall. It could take me hours and hours and hours to look through everything on Etsy to find something, and then I might not be able to get it. I might not have a good connection with the person who's making them. They might charge an arm and a leg, and when I get it, it's not what I wanted. There's no guarantees. No guarantees the other way either. But if somebody has said, I use them, they're great, give them a shot, you're more likely to feel comfortable doing that. Word of mouth is important. You want word of mouth advertising. How do you get it? You get it by, in my opinion, for me, I get it because people know I really care. People know I'm honest and I live in integrity and I want everything to be the best for you. And I'm willing to be open and share my experiences so that you have better experiences. When people know that, and that's all about building the relationship, which we've been talking about over the last month, when someone builds this kind of a relationship with you, they feel more comfortable referring you to someone else. I got a message on LinkedIn the other day from someone. I had no clue who it was. And they were trying to sell me something. And they said, I know it's really good and I know you're really going to want it. And I want you to recommend me to all of your clients. And I'm going, stop. Whoa, right there. No way am I referring anybody to you. You might make the best widget in the world, but I don't know that. At this point in time, I don't know that. I know nothing about you. I don't know who's behind that facade on this direct message on LinkedIn. I don't know if you're a scammer from someplace overseas or if you're legitimate. I am not going to refer you to any of my clients because guess who's going to be at fault if I did refer you to someone and you stole their money or you didn't do quality work or whatever. If it was a bad experience, it's not going to be you they blame. It's going to be me because I referred you. Not going to happen. I need to know the people I work with. I need to know what I'm doing when I'm referring something to somebody else. That's why it is so important to get your word of mouth referrals down pat. Make sure that they're right, that they're something that people who know you can believe in, and that someone can send somebody else to you knowing and feeling comfortable that you're going to do right by them. Another incident that we just had happen to us down here is on Ed's birthday, we had gone out for dinner, and it gets dark down here really early. It wasn't even 5:30 yet, and it was dark. We're in Central Standard Time now, not Eastern, so that has a little bit to do with it. But we were on our way home from going out for dinner on his birthday. 4 miles from where we're staying right now, bam, our truck just got shook to the core. A deer had jumped out in front of us and had slammed right into us. And Ed had swerved trying to miss it, and we'd almost tipped over on the side of the road in a ditch, and the car was pretty well damaged. So we called our insurance company. Our insurance company made us go to a recommended, word of mouth referral, a recommended repair shop to get an estimate. Obviously wanting us to have the car fixed there. We got the estimate, and luckily we have family down here that works in the automobile industry, and they sell cars. They work for a company that sells cars, and they have a repair shop right on site. They said, don't take it to this place, bring it to us. We do excellent work. We'll give you the best deal possible. You won't be sorry. Word of mouth. So we took it and got the estimate, and then we took that estimate to the repair shop that had been recommended. Guy comes out to look at the car, looks at the estimate. He says, well, they missed this, they missed this, they missed this. That's going to increase the cost to the insurance company of over $1,000, I'm guessing. Interesting in and of itself. But if we had gone with the other company, none of that stuff would have been fixed on our truck, and we would have been driving around with a damaged truck. Because we got such a high recommendation on this other company, and they said, don't worry about it, we'll work within the estimate, you'll be fine, we'll call the insurance company, let them know what's going on, and it'll all be taken care of. We have no worries now that our car is going to get fixed and going to get fixed properly. It's amazing how this word of mouth works. And you really, really, really need to always and forever think about that when you're in business. You don't want bad word of mouth. You don't want people saying, oh my goodness, don't go there. You want them to say, no matter what happens, you need to go to this place. That creates raving fans. And that's what you want. A raving fan is someone that comes back to you over and over and over again, but also anytime they know of somebody else who is looking for what it is you do, they're going to jump and say, oh, hey, I know right exactly what you need to do, where you need to go, who you need to talk to, go to, and that's how you get your business to be successful and thriving. But it takes work. You always have to be at your top level. You have to be sure that you're providing the best customer support you can. And if something happens and something bad goes on one day, and that happens. There's always mistakes. There's always things that fall through the cracks. But if that happens, you have to be willing to stand up and say, oops, I'm sorry. Let's see what we can do to fix this. That gives you good customer service and good word of mouth as well. So keep that in mind when you're working every day and when you're out there doing business every day. And try your best to always get the best word of mouth you can. And with that, I'm going to share with you something where you can actually start to build relationships, get to know people, and start to build that word of mouth relationship so that you can get good marketing out there. On December 9th, we are having a virtual Dream Big retreat. This will be the 13th year that we've held a retreat. This one will not be in person. This one will be online, and it'll be a mini retreat. But what we're going to be doing is going to be setting the roadmap for what we want to do for our business in 2021. We're going to be finding our ideal client. We're going to be talking about what kind of marketing do we have and do we need to have and how are we going to do it and how are we going to get that word of mouth marketing out there and what do we do about customer service. We're going to be creating content plan and all kinds of good stuff so that when January 1st comes, and that's going to be sooner rather than later, we are going to be ready to jump in and take that year by storm, regardless of whether there's still issues with COVID and all that stuff. We're going to have a plan for how we are going to run our business next year. So I encourage you to register for it. You can go to my website at www.businesssuccessunlimited.com and you'll find the registration form there, and hope to see you on the 9th. If you register for it now, you will receive a workbook ahead of time that you can fill out and have ready for us so that we can discuss it during the retreat. And it's just going to be a real good start for your year next year. So with that, I am going to say goodbye. Keep your fingers crossed for me that Ed gets my medicine and that we get our car fixed and all the other things that we're on our adventure in Alabama. So with that, guys, have a wonderful day. And hi, Stephanie. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the beautiful sun if it's sunny there. It is here, finally, after a week of rain. And get out there, be productive, and soar higher. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.